After the children learn the art of traditional candle making, surrounded by verdant rice paddies and beneath the clear sky yesterday afternoon, it was time for Nampana for the soon-to-be little monks. During that time, Phra Ajahn allowed the children to be more relaxed than usual. Phra Ajahn kindly refilled the Nampana for the children. Afterward, the kids cleaned up the utensils attentively. Phra Ajahn allowed the boys to practice putting on the saffron robes once again. This time, most of them could do it on their own. For Thai monks, there are many ways to put on saffron robes. The one that Phra Ajahn taught the boys is called Hom Dong, which is the most formal way of wearing the saffron robes. Normally, the monks will wear robes in this manner only for an important event. Then Phra Ajahn reminded the kids to be mindful by doing a meditation for a moment. After that, Phra Ajahn reminded them to recognize the importance of the forthcoming ordination.
You may find that dressing is quite difficult, but it's more difficult for Phra Ajahn who has to facilitate you, who has to train you. It's more difficult than yourself. Please feel thankful to Phra Ajahn that they put their effort to train you. Tomorrow will be your most important day. Ordination ceremony, every people will come, even though your parents and your relatives. If you don't focus for today, you cannot do it well for tomorrow.
Before yesterday's evening chant started, the children got a chance to meet their families for the first time since they came to stay and prepare for ordination at Wat Pa Sai Ngam. Families of different races and religions gathered together at the food hall for an evening chant with the children.
The teachings so completely explained by him, I bow to the Dhamma. The Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, I bow to the Sangha. Now let us pay preliminary homage to the Buddha, homage to the Blessed, Noble, and perfectly enlightened One.
The boys joined Phra Ajahn for the evening chant in a composed manner.
Tasayānanyāni katani me te sanca pakino hontu satananta pamanaka. May whatever living beings without measure, without end, partakes of all the merits from the good deeds I have done. เยปิยากุณาวันตาจะไม่หังมาตาปิตาทโย
After the evening chant ended, Phra Ajahn let the boys practice the steps of the ordination ceremony, starting from asking for forgiveness and then ordaining. Phra Ajahn asked the boys to act appropriately. Before going to bed, Phra Ajahn allowed Andrew to ask the boys about their feelings and what they had learned that day.
Now, listen very carefully. Who saw their parents today? Who didn't see them? Okay, Vincent, Bin, and
No,
Dee.
I saw them.
Okay, Vincent, you and I can help with these questions. How did you feel seeing your parents?
Happy.
What else besides happy?
Happy. What do you have?
What is gratitude? I'm sorry, before we do that, Adi, you had your hand up before. When you saw your mum and dad, how did you feel?
I want to go home and I miss them.
That's very normal and a very natural way of feeling. I totally understand. You probably think, oh, I want to go home. But actually, the truth is they're here because you're about to start a new part of your journey, right? Tomorrow we're not going to be wearing these anymore. Tomorrow we're going to wear what? What do we call jiwons in English?
He received various answers about the preparation for the ordination.
This is it's a one-in-a-lifetime chance, but not for those two.
Listen
It's a
to
two-in-a-lifetime
Jaden.
chance.
Listen, what are you saying? It's a what?
It's a
Sorry.
one-in-a-lifetime chance, but it's a two-in-a-lifetime chance for those.
Yes, Jaden.
So, I guess I'm 50-50 about staying and going home. I'm 50-50 in both.
Really? DJ, think seriously about this. Don't just say no. Are you ready for tomorrow? You know, it's okay to be like that. It's okay to not be 100% confident about it. But I'm very excited about it tomorrow.
The last question was to review what they had learned throughout the week and what they liked the most. The boys gave various answers based on their opinions.
Okay, Put, stand up. Listen to Put.
Not put, Vincent.
No, too late now. Go ahead.
The activity I liked the most was going bintabat in the market without foot, without our shoes.
How was that, not wearing your shoes?
It was excellent foot massage.
Did it hurt?
Yes.
It was awesome. And going in the small group and also going on small groups, it's really peaceful and quiet.
I enjoyed today just then when we met our parents.
How did you feel?
Happy.
I like when Prajan Chakindos explains about his pictures, about wandering and stuff like that. It's not the most enjoyable activity, but I learned the most from it.
You learned the most from it?
Yes.
What sort of things do you learn from the pictures?
Wandering, meditation, peace, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a really good answer as well. Go ahead, Vincent.
I like the candle one
Why?
because it's like Benno because I doesn't know it before how to make candles, but now I know that it make out of beehive.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think the bees make that for us.
I thought it make out of rock.
Yeah, you thought made out of what, sorry?
Rock.
Rock. No, it's beehives do it. The bees leave the hive, you take the old hive and you can turn it into candles. That's amazing, right? What have you learned? What have you enjoyed the most or what have you learned?
So Well, the thing that I enjoyed the most was learning about optical illusions with Mr. Nick.
Sorry, say that again.
Optical illusions with Mr. Nick. Dr. Nick.
Optical illusions with Dr. Nick. What were they? For example, what?
For example, there was this bunny that was like tipped like this, and then it had ears at the front. But if you looked at it like this way, long-wise, it looked like a duck. But if you turn it like this, it looks like a bunny.
What did you learn from that?
That don't believe what you see. Don't believe what you believe.
During the conversation, Andrew told the kids that this was the last time he would talk with them playfully. From tomorrow onward, after the ordination, they will have to behave properly and in a calm manner. Today is the day of the ordination ceremony, an important day for the 12 young participants to become novices. They have been trained and practiced for this ceremony throughout the week. Before breakfast, Pra Ajahn let the children practice the ordination chant. Ukasa, the beginning word in the ordination chant, means asking for a chance. The chant talks about the wish to be ordained and study the Dhamma and is repeated 3 times. During the rehearsal, most children were already able to recite the chant. Some were still unconfident, yet with encouragement from Pra Ajahn, they tried to chant along with their friends. At breakfast time, some of the children prepared the food for the monks. This is their last morning to offer the food to Pra Ajahn as young laymen.
Imani mayang phante.
Repeat after DL.
Imani mayang phante.
Pathani sappariwarani.
Pathani sappariwarani.
Bhikkhu sanghasa.
Bhikkhu sanghasa.
Odo chayaba.
Odo chayama.
Bhikkhu sangkho.
Sadhu
Sadhuno phante.
Sadhuno phante.
Bhikkhu sangkho.
Bhikkhu sangkho.
Imani.
Imani.
Pathani sappariwarani.
Pathani sappariwarani.
After saying the chant and offering the food to the monks, the boys helped Pra Ajahn carry the alms bowls. From tomorrow on, the children will no longer use a large bowl when having meals, but they will use an alms bowl. Although an important ceremony is waiting for them in just a few hours, the children still assisted Pra Ajahn very well. The last ordination ceremony rehearsal started. It began with the 10 Precepts Chant, a significant part of the ceremony. Most of the boys decided to practice with Pra Ajahn. The rest practiced together in pairs before they reviewed the chant with Pra Ajahn. Some gave each other encouragement while practicing the chant. Pra Ajahn asked them to review the ordination process one last time. Usually, in Thai tradition, boys aged between 7 and 20 will be ordained as novices, but if they are older than 20, they will be ordained as monks. However, the regulation Ajahn Chah set for Wat Nong Ba Pong and its branches states that those who wish to be ordained, no matter how old they are, must begin the monkhood as a novice to practice the Vinaya and Sekiawata in detail. After years of studying, if their monastery mentors notice their qualification, they are allowed to be ordained as a monk. While the children spent time getting ready for the ceremony, the preparation for the first True Little Monk International is also proceeding. Their parents and relatives, guests from near and far, and honorable guests from various regions, both foreigners and Thais, gradually arrived at Wat Ba Sai Ngam. Pra Tep Warajan, head of Sangha administration of Ubon Ratchathani, Mahanikaya, Wat Mani Wanarama, and Pra Kru Wethawan Warakit, head of Sangha administration of Det Udom, Wat Wethawan Witharayama, kindly joined the ordination ceremony. His Eminence Kunzang Wangdi Jubde Lopen of the Central Monk Body of Bhutan also participated in today's ceremony. Mr. Sarit Witun, the governor of Ubon Ratchathani, led the government heads and government officers from many departments to join the ordination. Miss Busadi Santipitak, Director General of Department of Information, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Diplomatic corps from various countries of the children's nationalities kindly participated in this event. His Eminence Mr. Kaganat Atikari, Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal Ambassador Extraordinaire and Plenipotentiary and Permanent Representative to Thailand. His Eminence Mr. Patrick Simiyu Wamoto, Republic of Kenya Ambassador Extraordinaire and Plenipotentiary to Thailand. Her Eminence Mrs. Kishenuka Tireni Seniwiratne, the Embassy of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka Ambassador Extraordinaire and Plenipotentiary to Thailand. And Mr. James Anderson, Deputy Head of Mission of the New Zealand Embassy. At around 1:00 p.m., the first True Little Monk, a wisdom training program for novices ordination ceremony started.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Jaran Porkapan Group and True Corporation Public Company Limited, welcome to the very first international ordination ceremony for the True Little Monks.
Mr. Supachai Jirawanon, Chairman of the Executive Committee of True Corporation Public Company Limited, lit the candles and incense to pay homage to the royal triple gems and talked about the program.
The Little Monks program was formed 7 years ago, and this is through my experience over the monkhood with my son, who was at that time 10 years old. I found that the children's mind are actually wonders, and they can always ask questions which lead to a lot of explorations. This is the first year that we actually do the international versions of the True Little Monk, and I hoped that it would not be the last year. I hope that we could again gain the support from the public, from all the sponsors, from all the public authorities, and definitely from all the monk and the Buddhism authorities in Thailand and around the world.
The governor of Ubon Ratchathani, Director General, Department of Information, and International Diplomatic Corps rejoiced in merits.
In the Ubon Ratchathani and other province in the northeastern region are given the precious opportunity to be the part of the supporting beneficent projects. Local wisdom elites are also participating in this project and attempt to display the Isan Buddhist culture and characteristic to the eye of the people around the world during one month activity.
I have followed personally with keen interest through True Little Monk Facebook, and today we are also, I think, worldwide live streaming, and fascinated at how adaptable and eager the 12 novice monks are. I'm confident that they will gain an insightful knowledge of compassion, of kindness, being peaceful, and conscience from their daily lessons and practice.
Buddha is not only a religion, it is a way of life. How to live in harmony in the society, how to be kind and compassionate to others, and how to help others. The principle of non-violence, don't kill others, don't undertake the act of violence. These are the very basic principles. The 3 gems, Panchashila as we call 5 gems, 8 precepts. The higher you can go, the better your life can be. Therefore, such kind of training would be very useful. And since there are 12 young novice monks from all over the world, they will go and live a life, more happy life, I think. And they will also try to teach others what they learned here, and it will be good for not only for themselves but their society also.
The concept of love is universal and includes all living beings, including animals. We also have the concept of humanism, which is a hallmark of Buddhist teachings, and I think it crosses all nations and all racial barriers.
People from different countries, even though they are not Buddhists, all agreed in the value of Dhamma and the Buddha's way in the development of youth.
อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภควาพุทธังภควันตังอภิวาเทมิสวากขาโตภควตาธัมโมธัมมังนัมมัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภควโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนะมามิ
The clear sky above Wat Ba Sai Ngam was a good sign to celebrate this auspicious moment.
We now move to the hair clipping ceremony, and in English we use the word ordination to describe what we're doing today, which actually is an old Latin word which means going back to order, and the idea of moving out of the busyness of your daily life and having a peaceful way of life as well. This is what we call in English the hair clipping ceremony. The procedure happens just before the ordination, when the senior members of the family and guests clip the hair of the postulants and place them on an offering tray, which will provide an opportunity for adults to bless and give their children some advice and guidance before they become a novice.
It was time for the children to arrive at the ordination site.
Now let's meet our 12 boys. Trevor, Tara, Rory from New Zealand and Thai.
Jaden Dylan Worrell, Nong Jaden, 8 years old, from Thailand and England.
Pumirat Kujira Thanawat, all Nong Arti, 8 years old, from Thai, Chinese.
The spokesman invited the senior monks from Thailand and Bhutan to join the hair clipping ritual. Mr. Supachai Jirawanon, the chairman of the ceremony, and his wife led the distinguished guests from the government and public sectors, both Thai and foreign, to participate in the hair clipping ritual. While the monks and the family members clip the boys' hair, it is a chance for the adults to give the children advice and rejoice in merits.
And let the Buddha and his wisdom be with you. You are reborn into the Buddha home, and let the Buddha and his wisdom be with you.
Using a lotus leaf as a tray to collect the hair is one of the devices in Buddhism. Emerging from mud as it may, the lotus will eventually rise to the surface when it reaches the blooming stage. Although it is submerged in the water, the leaf itself will never be moist, just like the mind that remains pure and clean from defilement. The parents and families were the last group to clip the hair. According to the Buddhist doctrine, the benefits of ordination will occur to three parties. First, to the postulant himself, from refining the body, the speech, and the mind through sila, meditation, and wisdom. The next is to others, by repaying their parents' gratitude. The last one is to Buddhism, as the monk is the inheritor of the religion. Although the ceremony had not yet begun, the parents and relatives of the children had already received the benefits of ordination. After the tonsure ceremony ended, the monks shaved their hair and their eyebrows. Having their hair and eyebrows shaved might be a new experience for most of the boys. The reaction to the rite was varied.
After that, we started preparing him because monk's life is not easy. So we told him he needs to prepare because they will be walking, they will be learning, they will be chanting, and they will be sleeping a lot less and eating a lot less. So when he heard about eating less, he was a bit apprehensive. For DJ, when I had the chance to welcome him into novice life, it was very emotional.
But since we see him today, we're really surprised that how he went today, and I never seen him sit this still before this long.
And it's only been 6 days, so we're like for the next month, it should be amazing to see him transition or change in his behavior.
During that time, Luang Ta Anek preached to the participants.
การเตรียมที่จะบวชนี้เป็นเรื่องยากถ้าไม่มีศรัทธาไม่เสียสละจริงๆนะบวชไม่ได้จะต้องมีศรัทธาเป็นเบื้องต้นการที่บวชนี้โบราณท่านให้ความสำคัญเป็นการทดแทนบุญคุณบิดามารดา
Finally, all 12 children were called the Naga, which means the noble sage, or a person who commits no sin. Now they are ready for the next part of the ceremony. An important ritual after the hair clipping is asking their parents for forgiveness of any wrongdoing they might have caused.
Mata pitale Pama thena Thavarat Tayena Katang Saphang Aparathang Khamatu No Phante.
In Thai, buat, or ordination, means normal. Therefore, ordination is the return to normalcy by letting go of the complicated mind and returning to a peaceful way of life. The ones who wish to be ordained have to ask for forgiveness from relatives to become the pure celibacy without any worries. Each parent and each Naga express their feelings differently during this moment. Luang Ta Anek gave a sermon to the parents and the Naga.
ก่อนจะเข้าไปบวชนั้นธรรมเนียมประเพณีอันดีงามท่านให้ผู้เป็นลูกเป็นนาคนั้นขอขมาคารวะเป็นเบื้องต้นก่อนผู้เป็นแม่ได้รับความกระทบกระเทือนใจจากพฤติกรรมของลูกด้วยความไม่รู้เท่าถึงการวันนี้เป็นโอกาสที่ผู้เป็นแม่จะอโหสิกรรมอภัยธรรมอภัยทาน
Before the ordination as a novice, of course, when we stay with the parents, sometimes we have some offense toward our father and mother, either gonna be by body, speech, or mind. Sometimes we may think bad thing about the father and mother, or say something harsh or something aggressive toward them, or act in a way that not respect them. So this is considered the unwholesome things. Because when the son are born, they might not know that much, so they might be carelessly doing these things. So traditionally, it's good for them to have opportunity to ask for forgiveness.
This was the last time that the mothers could hug their children before they became novices. The Vinaya Pitaka, or the Buddhist scripture, states clearly that touching women is prohibited for monks and novices. This rule prevents lust that might occur in the body and mind. Then Mr. Supachai Jirawanon led the summoning ceremony of the royal robes bestowed by Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn to the ceremony. Luang Ta Anek, the abbot of Wat Pa Sai Ngam, was the preceptor for the 12 Naga. Each Naga received the requisites, which are an alms bowl and the saffron robes from their parents. The results of the hard work from the past week reflected on their performances in the ceremony. The Naga recited the Ordination Chant 3 times to show their firm determination to be ordained. Luang Ta Anek kindly put the shoulder robes on the Naga.
บัดนี้การบวชเข้ามาเปลี่ยนเพศเป็นเครื่องหมายของสมณะครูบาอาจารย์พระอุปชฌาย์จึงได้มอบผ้าไตรจีวรที่ตัดเย็บย้อมด้วยน้ำฝาดให้พวกเธอได้ออกไปครองไตรจีวรต่อไป
So now you are about to change from the lay people toward the son of the Buddha. So the Upachaya, the preceptor, will give you the robes. So now with this robe you can go out and then have a chant and then come back for receiving the triple gem as a refuge and the 10 precepts.
After donning the saffron robes, they returned to the ceremony to receive the threefold guides and vowed to pay respect to the triple gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Then they recited the 10 precepts, which they will strictly follow while remaining in the monkhood. The young Buddhist followers from various nations are now fully ordained.
I wish the novice monks all the best, and such programs I also would like to thank True Corporation for providing us this opportunity to participate in the program.
Faiths like Buddhism, which at the center of Buddhism is peace and love and the whole idea of using wisdom as a weapon instead of having swords, but you use your wisdom to fight ignorance.
Yeah.
Because one of the challenges that we face in the world today and what makes it so complex is the whole idea, the whole essence of ignorance. And when you look at the Buddhist principles, I think if we were all to practice Buddhism, I believe that we'll probably have a better world to live in.
Buddhism is not a religion.
Yes.
Buddhism is a philosophy, and I believe that this philosophy gives people, shows how to lead a proper life, a life of where compassion and goodness is the main areas, and so of course we see that the children that age from 8 to 12 years,
yes,
and that is a very good start, because after all, children are our future, and they're the future generations.
I'm very impressed with the overall organization of this event, particularly the steps taken to prepare the novice who are now monks.
The ceremony the children had been practicing for the whole week has just passed. This is just the beginning for these 12 children, from laymen who follow 8 precepts to the novices who now follow 10 precepts. Their long journey ahead is the way to practice and develop themselves according to the Dhamma for the next 3 weeks.